Hey guys, Danny from TheGamersHub here to bring you another weekly roundup. So I hope you guys are having a great start to the new year, and as you may have noticed, the site has been quiet over the past couple of weeks due to Christmas celebrations and New Year. So this week we have no new reviews or previews, but we do have a couple of videos. First one is of GTA Online with me and Billy. This can be found on my own channel in the link here. It's basically like the last couple, where we're basically messing about, trying to do some stunts, and usually failing. Many times. Many times. Our second video this week is from Minecraft, with our second big build. Even though this one wasn't that big, but more importantly this is where we'll be planning the big builds on the server in future. Basically so we can see what we're building at what present time, and where we can gather resources. If you didn't check out the first big build, find a link here. And that was a big build, that was like huge. Bear in mind we do these big builds on survival, not creative, so you have to gather the resources and then do it. After designing it, of course. Aside from that though, there hasn't been much else going on. I did have a game of Civilisation V Brave New World with Henry, Findine and a few of his friends. That was off camera and it did get a little intense. We will play random teams and I got chosen to be Ethiopia, which weren't that great, and I had aggressive AI neighbour playing as the Shoshone, probably pronounced wrong, and I was on the same continent as France. We were played by Steve. When I went to my allies, Henry, who played as Persia, helped me out in my war, gaining my trust. Finn helped Steve out in the war against his aggressive AI neighbour, which was Arabia. Connor, who played as Russia, became allies with Henry, and Henry soon realised that Finn had major military power. So Henry threatened him and built his even bigger than Finn's. We all thought those two were going to go to war, but Henry actually coaxed Finn into declaring war on me, which when he did, France was then dragged in because they were my ally, and Finn's units were already on our continent because they're helping out with the war of France and Arabia. I then found out it was Henry's plan to get Finn to attack me, and then later on maybe Henry be attacking me as well, but luckily I spoke to Finn, but we soon realised Henry here was causing all our problems and getting us to fight each other. So before we even had a war, we all made peace with Finn. Russia, Henry's ally, got a bit worried of Henry's actions and lost a little of his trust, so I made a defensive pact with him, which meant if I could then get Henry to attack me, that France and Russia, his ally, which he'd done all his trading with, would then get brought into war against Henry, and Finn would declare war on him anyway, which means all of us would be against Henry. But that's pretty much where the game ended, due to the game freezing and going slow, and also the fact that it was extremely late, or early technically. But anyway, yeah, the politics of that game went woof. But anyway, I'll stop my rambling for now. As usual, you can find the links to the videos I've mentioned in the description below. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you next week.